guys, today we talk about 6 habits that can help you to boost your self-esteem and make sure that you are being confident in who you are and in your self-worth. So let's get into this video. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Hey guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tobi Achudume. If this is your first time here, you are super welcome. I'm so excited to have you here with me. So here on this channel, we talk about topics, tips and tricks that helps us grow fearlessly to the best versions of ourselves. So if you're interested in topics and tips like that, please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we have new videos up. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming again. I am so happy to have you here with me. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and also share with your friends and family. Okay, so let's get into today's topic. We are looking at self-esteem and 6 ways to boost your self-esteem. So let's go. So what is self-esteem? Self-esteem is your confidence in yourself, confidence in your self-worth, in your worth, your values, how you perceive yourself, your perception about yourself, what you think of yourself, your abilities, your capabilities, and all of that good stuff. So self-esteem is how you value yourself and how you see yourself. So there is a preconceived idea and a preconceived notion of who or how someone is supposed to be. So there is an idea of what self is supposed to be, how you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to act, what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to not do, and all of that. So when there is when there is something missing between what you think you are supposed to be, the idea of self that you are, and what you are in actual sense, you begin to see yourself as less of a person, or you begin to doubt yourself. You begin to lose confidence in your self-worth and in your person. Your self-respect begins to go down because of the preconceived idea that you have about self. Now, why is it important for you to have great self-esteem, or basically to even just have some form of self-esteem? How you perceive yourself, your self-esteem, your value, what you think about yourself influences the decisions that you make and how you make those decisions. So if you see yourself as less of who you are, your decisions begins to reflect that, your actions begins to reflect that as well. But if you see yourself as who you are, who you're supposed to be, and you acknowledge the fact that you are growing into who you are supposed to still be, then you value yourself in a different light, and your decisions also reflect that. Your decisions on what to do, how to do it, what to take and what not to take reflects all of that. Another thing that self-esteem influences are your relationships, your emotional health, and your mental health as well. So when you have a strong self-esteem, the relationships that you have, the relationships that you keep around you reflects that. But if your esteem for yourself is small, is little, or is inferior, then it also reflects on the relationships that you have and the relationships that you keep. It also tells on your emotional and your mental health, because things that should not get to you get to you. You begin to read meanings to every little action that people do. Either they do it consciously or unconsciously, but you read meanings to it because of the self-esteem that you have and how you see yourself. Another reason why self-esteem is very important is that it gives you a positive view of who you are. You see who you are, you see your values, you see what you can do and what you cannot do, your gifts, your talents, your strengths and your weaknesses. So when you have a good self-esteem, then you are able to see yourself in positive light. You are able to walk away from negative talk. You're able to call yourself back from negative thinkings and thoughts and put yourself back on the right track, which is positive thoughts. So those are 3 reasons why you should have great self-esteem. So now that I have gotten that out of the way, I have defined what self-esteem is, and I have told you reasons why it is important for you to have a great self-esteem. Let's look at 6 habits that are going to help you to boost your self-esteem. Either you have a great self-esteem or you are struggling in that aspect. So the first thing I'm going to say when it comes to boosting your self-esteem is that you need to forget the preconceived, what you know, what you think you know, the idea that you already have about beauty and about self. Because like it or not, when you're talking about self-esteem, one of the things that affects or influences it is how you see yourself. You think, am I beautiful enough? Am I handsome enough? Am I fit enough? Am I skinny enough? Am I thick enough? You think all of these questions when it comes to beauty, because there is an idea of beauty that has been sold to us. And this changes over time. So there is a different idea in the 20th century than it was in the 19th century. And you find, okay, I'm talking too fast. And then you find out that sometimes even these fashion trends, they are coming back. So what you thought was nonsense a few years ago has come back as a new trend and everybody wants to go with it. So the first thing that you need to do is to forget your idea. I was listening to a message by Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo, and he was saying, we've been sold an idea of beauty, and because it was everywhere, it is everywhere, we see it everywhere, it's a mainstream idea of beauty that the media sells, fashion sells, blogs sells, YouTube sells, a lot of it is everywhere. And so because of that, there is that idea of what beauty is supposed to be, what a beautiful lady is supposed to look like, what an attractive man is supposed to look like, and that is what you define as beauty. And so because you are not that definition, you tend to lose your self-esteem. You're thinking of how to fit into it, what you need to do. Do you need to eat more? Do you need to lose weight? Do you need to lose some kilos? Do you need to start going to the gym and all of that? Because there is an idea of beauty that you have, that you are defining yourself as. And so because you are lacking in some of the things that you think is mainstream beauty, you begin to lose your self-esteem. Which is why it is very important for you to just forget what that is and just recognize that you are wonderfully, beautifully, fearfully, amazingly made. You are beautiful the way you are. If everybody looks the same way, the world will be boring. Literally, it will be boring. Everybody cannot look the same. And like it or not, it is even the differences that we have as people that makes us to stand out. So we cannot all look alike. We cannot all have the same body shape, the same height, the same frame and all of that, because we are trying to follow mainstream media's definition of beauty. So you need to forget that idea of what beauty is supposed to be, because it is what is sold. More than half of the people in the world do not look like that, basically. Number two, it is very important for you to know yourself. You need to know who you are. You need to know your strengths. You need to know your weaknesses. You need to know what makes you you, what defines you, how do you define yourself. And in saying this, I'm not saying this based on what other people have defined you as or what other people have said you are, but who you know yourself to be. So what are the things that you are great at? What are the things that you are not so good at? What are the things that you can do with your eyes closed? What are the things that are your weaknesses that you would not get to at any point or for any reason? You need to be able to know yourself in detail. So you need to, for you to do this well, you need to spend time with yourself. So that means you should not be afraid to be alone. You should not be afraid to be by yourself, to just think, to just breathe, and to just know who you are. What are the gifts and talents that you have? Because sometimes it is very easy to just breeze through life without actually knowing what the things that you are able to do are, because you are forced to be doing other things. And so because we've said self-esteem is being confident in your self-worth, for you to be confident in your self-worth, to be confident in who you are and the values that you have, you need to know what those values are and who you are, so that you are able to be confident in yourself. Number three, have something that you are doing. I'm tempted to say purpose, but I'm not going to say purpose because a lot of people shy away from the discussion of purpose, because we feel like purpose is one thing that you need to see that is going to appear in your front and then you start working towards it. But I'm going to say find something in line with your purpose, so which will be a goal and objective, something that you are passionate about doing, because I believe that with purpose, it is made up of different things that you are doing. It's the little things that you do that makes up the purpose that you are working into. And purpose is a walking. It's not going to just happen in one time. So you need to find something that you are doing in line with what you think your purpose is. If you are not comfortable with the term purpose, then what I'm trying to say is that you should be working on something. So an idea, a project, something that is passionate to you, that makes you feel like you are actually working towards achieving something. When you're working towards achieving something, when you know that there is a result, you're doing something that is going to leave your name on the sands of time, you feel confident in yourself and in your ability, because you know that you are doing something that is going to give you results. So find something to do And in finding something to do, I'm not just saying you should be doing anything that just happens or comes your way, but something that makes you passionate, something that makes you feel like you are fulfilled in the doing. So do something that you know you are able to stick to and get results. When you get to that point, you feel confident in your abilities to do it because you are going to see results. Number 4, you have to be aware of negative talk. Everybody goes through periods where yourself is speaking negatively to yourself. I hope that makes sense. But what I'm trying to say is that there are times where you'll be in situations, circumstances, or challenges, and then it feels like everything is just off. And in that moment, you are talking to yourself in words that you shouldn't be saying. You're giving yourself negative speech. You're criticizing yourself and beating yourself up and all of that. You should be aware of all of those and avoid negative talk, because you know the effect of negative talk. For example, in school, if a teacher was always telling a child, a student, that he or she was good for nothing or was failing, the child is going to always think of that, and that affects the performance of the child. And that is an external person, and that is for children. So now as adults, the strongest voice and the person that you are with all of the time is you. So that means that you listen to you all the time. If all you say to yourself is negative things, if all you say to yourself is negative, there is no way your self-esteem is going to be great. There is no way you're going to be confident in yourself, because the one person that should believe in you is not believing in you. So you need to be aware of the negative things, the negative talks that you make to yourself and with yourself, and caution it. And then when you find those things, counter them with positive thoughts. So if you're used to saying that you're stupid to yourself, make sure you are countering it immediately. The thought comes to your mind by saying that you are not stupid. What's the opposite of stupid? Say something nice about yourself. You are intelligent, you're smart. You don't have to beat yourself down by talking trash about yourself. It doesn't help you, it doesn't help your progress, it doesn't help your self-esteem either. So the fourth thing together is for you to be careful of the negative things that you say to yourself and counter those negative things with positive things. Be the person that wakes up in the morning and recites positive affirmations over your life. Say positive things about yourself. Affirm yourself daily. Not because the affirmations that you're making about yourself is going to start actualizing now, but because you know that you constantly and consciously speaking positively over yourself has a better effect over you than negative talks. Number 5 is treat people right. Treat people right. There is this thing that I have kind of figured out, consciously or unconsciously. How you treat people reflects in how they treat you. How people treat you is a reflection of how you treat people. I'm not saying that if you treat person A nice, person A is going to treat you nice in return. I'm saying that when you treat people great, when you treat people with respect, then people treat you back with respect. It does not have to be the exact same people, but people will treat you back with respect because they see how you talk to people. And sometimes it's even the people that you treat with respect that treat you back with respect. If you respect yourself and you want to be treated with respect, it only makes sense for you to treat other people with respect. So treat people the way you want them to treat you. If you want people to boost your self-esteem, boost other people's self-esteem. If you want people to feel confident when they are with you, make them feel confident when they are with you. If you want to feel confident when you're with people, make them feel confident when they are with you as well. It is do to others what you want them to do to you, basically. So if you want to be treated with respect, if you want to boost your self-esteem, then treat people with respect, and that is going to boost your self-esteem also. And number 6, don't compare yourself. Stop comparing yourself with others. And like I said in the first point, stop comparing yourself also with the idea of what a perfect person is supposed to be. There is a definition of perfection that we have in the world, like it or not. There is a definition of what perfect beauty is. There is a definition of how we are supposed to talk, how we are supposed to sound, how our hand is supposed to move when we are talking. And so because of that, you are almost tempted to compare yourself with what those perfect pictures are. And sometimes you are not that perfect picture. So don't compare yourself with what other people are doing. Don't compare your growth with somebody else. Don't compare your esteem with somebody else, your confidence level with somebody else, your work ethic, your work itself. Don't compare yourself with somebody else. Feel confident in yourself, because it is your self-esteem that we are building, not the other person's self-esteem. If we are going to be building your self-esteem, we are trying to get you to the point of being confident in who you are, not confident in somebody else. So comparing yourself is not what you need. What you need to do is not even compare yourself with who you were yesterday or anything. Just be yourself. Just be intentional about growing and evolving to be the best person that you can be. That's basically it. Comparison steals joy, and we don't want you to lose joy. So do not compare yourself with anybody, with what is sold, with what is portrayed, with what is given as perfect. Just be confident in who you are now and know that you are growing to be the best version of yourself. Everybody is evolving. The only constant thing that we have is change. So that means we are changing every single time. You're changing, you're evolving, you're becoming better or worse, but you are evolving. So you need to be conscious of the fact that you are growing and you are evolving, and give yourself the permission to do that and be confident in yourself every step of the way. So these are 6 habits that are going to help you to boost your self-esteem and help you to have a great self-esteem. Be confident in yourself and in your ability. Please let me know in the comment section if you have some other tips to share with us. We'd like to see them. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and yes, do not forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed talking about it. If you did, please let me know in the comment section as well. And I will see you in the next one. Till next time, bye.